Can't really think of any. I lost a $2,000 bet one time.
Ah,
What's your biggest regret, gang?
Honestly, I think my biggest regret is gonna be fucking cocaine at 13, bruh.
It's not even that
mm,
deep, all right? I did a $2,000 bet on blackjack, right? In my mind, I'm thinking if I
uh,
win this, I'm gonna be set for a while. But I ended up losing it.
I mean, I grew up impoverished as shit. That's like pretty much my whole life. That's like, if anybody asks about why I follow any certain type of trait, it literally just goes back to I grew up impoverished. But auntie was strung out on crack, and my uncles and other siblings were making a living off of selling it, and eventually it moved down into cocaine and other pills. For a while, my father was snorting pills. Get out my face, Connor. But family members were snorting pills and shit. And eventually, I was at a horse racing party. Tried cocaine. Would never do it again. This shit was so bad. Thank you for listening. Glad to get something like that off my chest to somebody.
So I was like, oh damn, it's all good. I'm gonna make this money back, whatever. And then it's just started like a slippery slope, and like I lost like my job at the time. I just got down this whole bad path, bruh, and it put me in debt.
yeah,
So I was like, damn, I should have never did that, bro. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
nah,
probably one of my biggest regrets, to be honest. But I mean, I don't trip on it too much. I know I could bounce back from it. It ain't nothing, but still, I wish I would never did that.
When I let that specific person come back in my life again. I used to be in love with this girl, and she hurt me really, really bad, to the point that it ruined me mentally, and I had to, you know, turn to substances to get rid of that. And I got fully sober and everything, and I thought she changed and became a better person. And I let her back in, and she ruined me even more. You know, like the saying, I wish strangers were still strangers, you know?
Regrets. Well, personally, I've done. I don't know. Personally, I've been in few relations, and I don't think I did the best one. I really, really badly fucked them up. Not like I was abusing or anything. I just like, I guess if I wasn't there enough or something. I don't know. It comes back to me a lot. I don't know. I guess I just regret it. Hurt some people in the way I shouldn't have.
It's not easy to like let someone back in, although you hurt them, so although they hurt you, so you have to be a bit selfish. You know, you gotta protect your own emotions. You gotta, care for yourself. People, you can't trust everyone around you. Even if you have so much beautiful memories with that person, they're gonna still hurt you. If they hurt you once, they're gonna do it again. It's that easy.
Alright, so my biggest regret was that one day I had a friend, she was really nice to me, and we got along a lot. Like, we were
I
practically the
mean,
same person. We were thinking the same, and it was super nice. And one day, eventually, she was like, "Oh, you want to like be fuck friends?" And I was like, "Sure."
Honestly, my biggest regret in life is not being better at thinking about the people I care about. Being very selfish earlier. Instead of thinking about what other people needed, I just thought about what they would need if they were me. So I just did for them what I would do for me, which wasn't the case. That's probably it.
Like,
Okay, biggest regret.
yeah.
Something I kind of have to think about it, man,
I
because
don't usually.
there's a
Talk
number of
about
things I
too
regret, but I
often,
guess my
but
biggest
yeah,
regret,
my friends invite me to
in a
them.
way, is like not really being honest for most of my life. You know, because for like a lot of my life, I kind of just been like, um, in a way, just kind of like a bullshitter. You know, like I didn't really put myself out there.
Eventually, I used to be a dick. I used to act without thinking about other people. It was not kind. I was only thinking about myself because I was caught in depression. And I was only thinking like, oh, I'm miserable and stuff like that. So I hurt people in process, her included. And due to past traumas, I had a lot of problem with my emotions. I am basically still working on it, but essentially I am just a husk, literally an empty shell. And since I have ADHD, I only feel my emotions when they get really extreme, and when they come out like tenfold.
My life's mostly without regret, so I don't really regret most I do, and everything I did do that I didn't like before, it ended up making me who I am today. So it's like, if I didn't do that, I
Oh,
wouldn't
you
be
have no
me. If I
regret.
did, I'd be me. Yeah.
Guess it's just more like for a lot of my life, I would just like beat around the bush, or I would just like lie my way out of things, or just kind of cheat and just like it got to a point where I was just like a terrible liar, right? And like at that point, I just fucking gave up on lying. So I just became like an honest person, kind of, and it just kind of like it taught me like how to like express myself in a way. It taught me to really just like be myself. So yeah. So it's like I regret it, but then I'm kind of grateful that like I learned that, you know?
So, when eventually she told me she didn't want to talk to me anymore, and yeah, I realized I was deeply in love with her. And it still hurts me to this day. Been maybe 8 months. Still not have recovered. I think of her every day. And I've never felt like that towards anyone. Never told her that I loved her. And it's probably a good thing. Because now she's in a relationship. She's great. She moved out with him. They're living a happy life. But I lost a really good friend that day. And yeah, that's my biggest regret.
Yes, I guess the person I was before, to be honest. I used to be an asshole. Yeah, I was an asshole. I didn't bully people. I just didn't give a fuck about people. And I didn't care if they left or not. And I treated them like shit. That's one thing I really do regret. Because I really affected people mentally too. I was never like that. But I was going through a rough time of my life, but I didn't deserve to put it on others either.
I think my biggest regret in life is not being able to like save one of my closest friends when I was younger.
My biggest regret is becoming a shell of a person for fear that people won't accept me for who I am. So like not being true to myself. That's my biggest regret.
It was an online friend that I had made like over a game, and he was one of my like closest friends for around a year or two. Like he was going through like a lot of stuff mentally that he wouldn't really tell anybody, and he ended up like finally breaking, and he called me and he was like, hey Cloud, I need your help right now. Like I'm in a really bad space mentally. And I was doing my best to like help him and everything, but I guess like the help wasn't like enough, so he just wasn't able to take it anymore and kind of just ended it right then and there.
My ex-boyfriend would be my biggest regret.
My biggest regret in life would be when my dad left. It was kind of a rocky part in our lives, and I decided to just cut contact with him completely. And 2 years later, he died alone of cancer, and I never got to talk to him again after my mom and he were divorced. So I think that would be it.
I think if I was asked this question a few years ago, I would have a different answer. But in the past few years, I think I think it's important to feel forgiveness or acceptance of yourself when you were younger. I think that people have a lot of goals and ambitions or things that they might wish they did differently. But I think if you can reach a spot in your life where you're happy to be where you are, you know, and just accept every day as it comes, then you kind of have to be grateful for all the decisions that led to this moment, including all the bad ones, you know?
I mean, I still could, but not going to college, I guess. I mean, I still could, but like everyone my age, I just graduated last year. So I'd be like one step behind everyone. But God damn it, my stick drift. Work is like a I don't know what specifically, but like a zookeeper.
Because it might have been different if I would have changed stuff, right? If I could go back and change whatever. But I also wouldn't be me as I am now if I changed those things. You know, the butterfly effects would have been wild, and they could have led to me being someone completely different than who I am right now. So every time I feel like shame, or like when you brushing your teeth at night and you get that like memory of some shit and you're like, ah, you know, and it just hurts you. You know, you gotta feel that, but then you gotta remind yourself that, like, you know, all the good things that happened since then are because of that moment, you know? So I think there are things that, you know, you can cringe at, but I don't think I'd call them regrets.
Probably not going after the girl in high school.
I guess my biggest regret in life is not spending more time with the people that I love. Mostly because you don't know when they're gonna be. You know, they might die tomorrow. And I've learned that a lot lately. I've had a lot of friends and family pass away within the past couple of years. And it hasn't really dawned on me, but we take friends and family for granted, thinking that they're always going to be there, but they're not. You know, people die.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any other suggestions, please comment down below. If you would like to follow any other social medias, that will also be in my description as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!